I'm missing the NIT final tonight. If anybody's interested, the halftime score is Baylor 29, Penn State 23. My wife texted me about that, so I'm giving up stuff for our community tonight. Okay. Each of the candidates will have a 2-minute opening. We'll go in the order of John Gorena, TJ Gilmore, and Margie Rochelle. John, you'll go ahead and start us off.
Thank you for coming and listening. Appreciate your time here. My name is John Gorena, 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 and my website is gorena.org. If you want to know about me, there's a lot of stuff that you can learn about me from my blog. Just go to my website, and on the bottom left is a blog there. I started that several years ago. My wife and I permanently moved back to Lewisville in 1987. We've been residents ever since then. We lived in the same house for 20 years, and we've been married almost 28 years. Our children came up through Lewisville school systems from kindergarten, graduated, went to UNT to finish school. They went to Lewisville High School also. Why am I running? People ask me that all the time. I'll tell you, it wasn't my first choice. But I'm running because I do not feel that the people on the council seem to have the same values as I do. Now, don't get me wrong, good people, I like them. I do. That's true, I do like them. But some of the decisions that they've made over the years has just really woken me up. I just define myself as a Christian American, and I am of Hispanic descent. I'm bilingual, but I'm an American. Okay? I need your prayers, I need your votes, and I need your support. 3 years ago, when I found out that the day labor site thing was passed, that woke me up. Didn't think it would ever happen in this city, but it did. If I was on the council, would have never voted that way. So as you're listening to the questions tonight, think about who you really want on the council. You'll know how I'm going to vote. I'm pretty open about that. And then over the years, there's some things that have been done, different decisions. I am, for one, that wanted to declare that English is our official language. It was just a declaration. We'll go through more as we go through this. My time is almost up, but thank you for your support.
My great-grandfather had a phrase. He passed it down through my family, and it keeps coming. And I say it in Latin, but I'm not here to preach tonight. And it basically means we are not born for ourselves alone. Now, I'm a father of 3 under the age of 9. I've got my wife, Tanya, who puts up with me, and she's working at the Montessori Episcopal School right around the corner. I'm the sitting board chairman of the Community Development Block Grant Committee for Lewisville, and I also manage over 200 partners throughout my company. I well understand that I am not born for myself alone. I think I've pretty much forgotten what alone means right now. Now, I'm running for 2 reasons. Number one, my wife Tanya and I, after looking at all the cities in the Metroplex, chose Lewisville. We chose it. I can tell you all sorts of reasons why, but you know it. Because of that choice, I'm compelled to do as much as I can to give back to that community, to be involved and to show my kids what it's like to be involved in their hometown. And you can find out more about that at www.gilmoreforcouncil.com. The number 2 reason, I have the fiscal knowledge to best help Lewisville weather the economy that we're dealing with. Having reviewed and recommended the allocation of approximately $600,000 per year for the last 4 years of city and federal money for streets, neighborhoods, social service programs through the CDBG, there's never enough money to fund all of these groups and all these wonderful associations. But that's not to say Lewisville isn't responsible with their money. What it's to say is that I plan to keep us that way. You're going to hear emotional appeals about law and immigration tonight. They're going to take you down some paths that are tangent. Number one, our problems with those issues are being correctly and properly handled. They're being done right by the city. Do we really need to add the lawsuits? Having spoken with the chief, city manager King, Mayor Carey, we got much, much larger issues. I look forward to working with you, and I hope to earn your vote.
Hello, thank you for coming, everyone, and thank you to our host. I hope everybody can see me, and I know you can probably hear me. My name is Margie Rochelle, and I'm running for Lewisville City Council, Place 4. I'm a retired City of Lewisville employee of 21 years. During those years, I spent 14 years as a Lewisville Police Fire Dispatcher supervisor trainer, and the last 7 years as a property and evidence technician. Some of my accomplishments during that period of time were authoring and implementing our communication standard operating procedures, general orders, and our training program. I also trained over 50 dispatchers. I was also the chairperson on the employee conflict management team, and I was a member of the City of Lewisville Employee Compensation Team, a program which is still in effect today. I'm also a TCLOS, Texas Commission on Law Enforcement Standards certified instructor. I have been in the trenches working as a dispatcher and as an evidence technician. I've been the person that you may have called in the middle of the night on 911 because your baby wasn't breathing or your grandmother wasn't breathing. I was the person who worked a structure fire and also accepted 911 calls and instructed a mother of a small child who had partially severed his finger on the chain link fence. And while she was trying to hold him up and support him, she was holding a screaming baby, and I stayed with her and gave her emergency instructions until the paramedics arrived. And while doing that, I also answered a non-emergency phone call and gave the Lewisville High School football score. That's what our life was like during that period. I have safeguarded over 50,000 pieces of evidence. I've testified in county and federal courts for the chain of custody of evidence, and also a fingerprint expert. I have a 21-year proven record of responsibility, integrity, professionalism, and accountability. I am running to represent all the citizens of Lewisville, and especially my daughter, who is 12. I want to be a role model for her. Thank you.
This question will go first to you, TJ, and we'll go John and Margie. What is your plan for revitalizing and redevelopment in a city that is short on space for new development?
Working on the CDBG, part of what we fund are bricks and mortar. So we have helped fund the revitalization of the Poydras neighborhood. We've helped refund the Mackenzie-Henry neighborhood, and a lot of the construction that's going on in Fox and its neighborhood have been funded through CDBG grants. This has accelerated those revitalization efforts. We've been able to target money as the city to those specific areas, which would have been pushed off years down the road if we had not been able to do that. These are the kinds of things that happen behind the doors. Behind and closed, quiet meetings, not closed meetings, they're open. But people don't see it because, quite frankly, they're not as involved. My goal is to continue to target money in these areas and to take advantage of the different growth opportunities that we have through our Old Town and New Town areas. We need to balance both of those, but I'm already doing it, folks. It's not something I wish to do. Thank you.
I agree, but there's more we can do too. Citizens need to understand that Lewisville's going to go through a growth spurt. We have a lot of people tell me all the time, we have businesses that are empty, and they're turning into businesses that I don't really like to see. Well, that might have some other issues that I'm sure we'll get to later. But Lewisville is going through a growth spurt. We're going to have a widening of I-35, and why would a business want to come in and have a lease for 8 months or so and then have to move? I really believe that if we can just hold off through this growth spurt, and once we get this rail and this construction down that the council has already done, it's going to be a great thing. We're going to have a lot of revitalization. We're going to have a lot of businesses coming here because this is the place it's going to be. If you think about all the highways that have been built, George Bush and everything, once those things were built, things really started sprouting up around there. It will come. We just need patience. Have faith in the decisions that the council made. I agree with that. They were good decisions, and they'll be good. Thank you.